Consider the woman of worth in Proverbs 31. She's a mother, a wife, a shrewd businesswoman, a kind and loving leader in her community. She weaves, she spins, she sews, she serves her family and those in need. Yeah, we know she gets up before dawn, but my goodness, how does she do all this? I'm Melanie Rigney, the author of Woman of Worth, Prayers and Reflections for Women, inspired by the Book of Proverbs. The woman of worth has been seen as an almost impossible standard for centuries. We regard her as the same today, and yet there are bits and pieces of her in all of us. In these videos, I'll take a brief look at the verses in Proverbs 31 and explain how we can become closer to the Lord by following her example. She puts her hands to the distaff, and her fingers ply the spindle, Proverbs 31:19 tells us. Now we know from the other verses in Proverbs that this is a wealthy, busy woman. Why does she take the time to sit with her servants to share in this somewhat mind-numbing task? Perhaps because she wants to show her servants that all tasks are important and no chore is beneath her, regardless of her station. I like to think she asked the others advice on whether her yarn was being spun too tightly or too loosely, and offered a few valuable tips to those who were struggling with fibers that were breaking, drop spindles and distaffs and the like. She would have dealt with their struggles and hers with serenity and encouragement, not tears of frustration or shouts of annoyance, because she knew true perfection comes only through God. The woman of worth's presence showed the servants that this was an important task, and one in which they could take pride. Because she was with them in the spinning room, they knew her and trusted her. They didn't cower in fear about what would happen when mistakes were made, even though she was mistress of the house. In the same way, we needn't cower with fear to face the Lord with our mistakes. He already knows about them anyway. And when we come with a contrite heart and the desire to do better in the future, He rejoices and helps us get back on track. To learn more about embracing God and the woman of worth He sees in you, please check out the other videos in this series, or consider buying Woman of Worth, Prayers and Reflections for Women inspired by the Book of Proverbs at your favorite local or online bookstore, or at www.23rdpublications.com.